Hello everyone, welcome back to my video. Today I would like to share about revenue management episode 2. In this episode 2, I would like to share about 5 key points. First one is what is RevPAR and how to calculate RevPAR. Second one is how to calculate occupancy. The third one is how to calculate ADR. And the fourth one, I would like to share about the two strategies for revenue management. And the fifth one, I would like to share about two strategic rules of revenue management. So I wish you would have additional knowledge about hotel revenue management. So please stay tuned and watch from the beginning until the end. I hope you will enjoy. Thank you. Hotel Revenue Management Episode 2. Definition of RevPAR. RevPAR means revenue per available room. It is not revenue per sold room. It's per available room. So if we make 10,000 US dollar from 10 room, mean $1,000 per room. That is our RevPAR. How to calculate RevPAR? I think many of you have seen it, but I think it is better to do it one more time, just in case you forgot. So here is the market share analysis for year 2023. So from this report, you will see there are 8 hotels in this report. So number 1 is Sofitel, number 2 is Grand Hyatt, number 3 is Hilton, number 4 is Westin, number 5 is Ritz-Carlton, number 6 is W Hotel, number 7 is Le Méridien, number 8 is Intercontinental Hotel. In this report, you also can see that there is a report from the room available. So here is total number of room available for sale for the whole year of 2023. Year to date up to now is June 2023. Room sold. This is room sold. So from this available room, they sold 9,100 room. Example for Sofitel, Grand Hyatt, 12,000 room sold, Hilton 17,000, Westin 24,000 room sold, Ritz-Carlton 7,100 room sold, W 7,200 room sold, Le Méridien 6,200 room sold, Intercontinental 8,200 room sold. So total 8 hotel is 90,800 room sold. Here is the total revenue as of June 2023. So total revenue for Sofitel is 1,500,000. Grand Hyatt 1,600,000, Hilton 2,300,000, Westin 3,500,000, Ritz-Carlton 1,100,000, W Hotel 1,100,000, Le Méridien 1,150,000. Intercontinental 1,110,000. So total the 8 hotel for 6 months of 2023 is 13,360,000. Okay, let's calculate occupancy, ADR, and RevPAR. So RevPAR, there is 2 ways to calculate RevPAR, way 1 and way 2. Let's see together. So let's start with how to calculate occupancy. So as you know, the calculation of occupancy, you need to take the number of rooms sold divided by number of rooms available. So let's calculate. So for Sofitel, number of rooms sold divided by number of rooms available. So 76% for Sofitel. So let's do the same for all other hotels. So let's do a quick way. We need to copy and paste. Let's copy and paste. So we do the same as in total for each hotel. So number of rooms sold divided by number of rooms available. So each hotel in average of 73%. So from this report, you will see those hotels are having the highest occupancy. So number one is Hilton. Hilton got 85%, and the rest are all followed by Intercontinental 82%, and number three is Le Méridien is 78%, and the lowest occupancy is Ritz-Carlton having 51% occupancy. Okay, let's continue. Calculate ADR. So ADR means average daily rate. So in order to calculate ADR, we need to take total revenue divided by number of rooms sold. So let's calculate together. Start from Sofitel. So total revenue divided by rooms sold. 165. So we do the same as other. So we need to copy and paste. So here we go. So you will see here. Okay, so the one who having a highest ADR is Le Méridien. Le Méridien got 185.48 US dollar, the average daily rate. And number two is Sofitel, 164.84 per room. Okay, and the lowest one is these two hotels having the same ADR, Hilton and Intercontinental. So from this report, ADR and occupancy. So from this occupancy and ADR, we don't know well about the performance of each hotel yet, unless we know the RevPAR, revenue per available room. Okay, so let's calculate RevPAR. So the way how to calculate RevPAR number one is, the first way is we take the revenue divided by a room available. So total revenue, let's start from Sofitel. Total revenue of Sofitel divided by total room available, not room sold but room available. This is RevPAR, revenue per available room. So Sofitel, they got 164.84 US dollar ADR, 76 occupancy, and RevPAR only 125. So let's calculate the other. So let's do the same, copy and paste. Copy and paste. Okay, so here is all the RevPAR for all the hotel. If you can see here, Ritz-Carlton $79 RevPAR. That's the lowest one. And the highest one is Le Méridien. Le Méridien got $144. It looked like Le Méridien having a good performance in terms of ADR and RevPAR, but for occupancy it's lower than Hilton. Hilton got 85% occupancy, but their RevPAR is only 115. So this is the first way of calculate RevPAR. Let's do second way. So second way is very simple. We take the occupancy multiplied by ADR. Okay, let's do whether it's having the same result as the first way. So we take occupancy multiplied by ADR. You see, it's 125 and 125. So let's copy and paste. Copy and paste. You see, all the same. So this is the two way to calculate RevPAR. So first way and second way. Okay, so let's move next to strategic for revenue management. When we talk about revenue management, we have only two strategic just to make it simple. The first one is called time. Time includes duration. Number two is price, that we usually call rate. We need to remember revenue management is that we do something with our time and price. That is our two strategic level. So let's see one by one. We do not rely that we are practicing every day on the time management for revenue management. Let me share you the detail as following. Reduce arrival uncertainty. In order for us to maximize revenue, we have to make sure all the bookings are arrived. If any guest not coming, we lost revenue. That is why we have to control. We have to manage arrival uncertainty. So how do we do that? We have a few different ways as following. We require a credit card for guarantee because otherwise guests just simply cancel. Sometimes no show at last minute. To call the guest to remind the guest about their booking. Same as restaurant that we can do revenue management for. If you book a very busy restaurant, they will call you one day prior to your reservation and saying that I am calling from LS restaurant. We know that you have a dinner reservation for 2 persons tomorrow. May I reconfirm that you will come, or if you have any change, please have to let me know. Thank you so much. This is revenue management. They want to make sure that you are still coming, so they don't lose revenue opportunity. To improve cancellation penalty. To impose cancellation penalty. So, if you cancel within 24 hours prior to arrival or 48 hours prior to arrival, you get penalty so that there is less chance to have a cancellation. To use overbooking to reduce the no-show rate. Some particular hotel not really exercising this because of the location, remotely located away from the city center, and kind of hotel during weekday and as the resort during the weekend. So they do not really have no show and they do not have many walk-in. But if we go to the city center hotel, especially big city center, there is a lot of no show and they have a lot of walk-in. So what they do, they make sure they always overbook based on history. So they make analysis, they make a record on average, like Monday how many no show, Tuesday how many no show, Wednesday how many no show, just for example. Like the hotel in Las Vegas casino, and usually they have 20 no show, for example, and they make sure they always overbook by at least 15 to 20 room. So while they lost 15 or 20 room no show, they still have 15 or 20 overbook. That is important to maximize the revenue. Reduce length of stay uncertainty. The booking is not always one night. There's 2 nights, 3 nights, but people change their mind. People change their schedule, which will become our financial damage. So what we need to do is that we need to reduce the risk coming from length of stay uncertainty. To impose an early departure fee. So we can impose on early departure fee when people book 2 nights. They have to stay for 2 nights. If guests depart after 1 night, guests need to pay for 2 nights as per their booking. To ask for guest initial on a departure date at check-in. Many front office agents are asked on arrival, like, please, can you sign on the departure date? For example, at check-in. Welcome to LS International Hotel. I can see that you are staying for 3 nights with us until Sunday. Could you please sign here? Please initial on your departure date in order to make sure that guests didn't have any change, because some guests can have a change, especially on business trip. To remind customers how long their stay is supposed to be. Like I just said, welcome to LS International Hotel. I can see that your booking is for 3 nights. It is standard procedure to mention it. 2 nights, 3 nights. We have to repeat all the time. Reduce the amount of time between customers. If we can have more customers within the limited time, we can maximize our revenue. To set up the official check-in and check-out time. So we can have official check-in time and check-out time. The reason we have check-in time and check-out time is not to have a smooth housekeeping operation. Is because otherwise we cannot sell same room every day. Just imagine one of the guests depart at 8 p.m. How are you going to reset it? It's impossible, right? So we always have official check-out time around 12 noon and official check-in time around 2 or 3 p.m. So we can clean the room and reset and sell the same room on the same day. to impose an early check-in and late check-out fee. If we want to check in at 8 o'clock in the morning, you have to buy the room from previous night, or at least we have to pay 50%. Another thing, if guests want to stay until 6 or 7 p.m., either you book until the next day or you pay 50%, and based on our availability. Some hotel policy and situation. Reservation policy. Once again, we talking about revenue management for restaurant. If you go to a very popular restaurant, they refuse to make booking. Just imagine, there's always customer lining up. There's always a queue. Why do you want to make a reservation? If you take a reservation, you have a problem. What kind of problem? You have a guest sitting down eating at 6 o'clock, so you can take a booking until 8 p.m. because you need at least 2 hours, so you can take booking at 8 p.m. But maybe the people who was sitting at 6 o'clock will finish their meal at 7 p.m. So between 7 and 8, you have 1 hour which is empty, but you cannot sell it because you have reservation at 8. That's why very popular restaurants do not take a reservation, because you go next coming in order to maximize table turnover. So one thing we need to remember is everything we do here is with only one purpose, is to maximize the revenue, no other reason. Price management. Now please remember, revenue management is only managing two things. First one was time. We already talked about, and now let's talk about price. What price to charge? We need to decide what price we are going to charge. There is a few different ways of charging the right price to the right customer. Competitive pricing. First one we need to remember is competitive pricing, which means we want to make sure that our price is not too expensive or too cheap comparing to our competitor. Hotel like us, especially LS International Hotel, we do not need to do this competitive benchmark exercise. Why? Because we know that positioning is between which hotel and which hotel. We all know that we are supposed to sell cheaper than rent-free hotel. We all know that we are supposed to sell a bit higher than Ibis budget hotel. We know, but if we are new hotel, you need to position yourself, and this exercise is necessary to identify what is my position. So if you move to another hotel as a revenue manager of the pre-opening hotel, you need to do it to decide our positioning. This is very simple. We need to list all the quality which matter for guest experience, which matter for pricing. For example, quality of location, our front garden hotel, accessibility, how easy to access for hotel. Quality of the guest service, is 5-star guest service or 4-star guest service. We have a door person or we have a concert. Overall professionalism, friendliness of the staff, impression of the decor, uniform of the staff, over cleanliness, quality of the guest room. Is it 20 years old or 3 years old hotel guest room? Swimming pool is big like other hotel. Parking facility. For example, we have a very small parking at the moment, and other hotels have huge parking space. Security, restaurant, and so on. The number of the hotel room, the variety of room, how many room type they have, meeting room capacity, how big is the meeting room, size of the ballroom, catering team, and general manager involvement, because some case the general manager could be one of the biggest salesperson. So that is what we are talking about. The perception of the hotel, reputation of the hotel, guest recognition program, group sales team. So what we are trying to do is using this condition and quality and the requirement, we are creating each hotel comparing to our hotel. If certain hotel is better than our hotel, we give 1 point. If certain hotel is very good and much better than us, we give 2 points. And way above us, we give 3 points. Slightly below us, we give -1. We are much better, we give -2. And we are way better, we give -3. So this is how we evaluate each other competitor. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So you can see that by calculating all the total and average on the bottom, we can see overall competitive setting rate. Number 1 is this hotel because plus 12 points, and number 2 hotel is plus 6 points, and number 3 hotel is plus 2 points. So when we decide our price, our value is less than the 3 hotel. So it's better to position pricing strategy below the 3 hotel, and we make sure that we sell higher rate than these 2 hotels because their value is below than us. That's how we utilize as a simple chart to decide our price. That is called competitive benchmark pricing. Demand-based pricing or dynamic pricing. This is very simple. This is according to the strategy rule of supply and demand. When we have a lot of demand, we need to increase the price. When we have less demand, we decrease the price. Reference pricing mean the one we represent our product price. For example, if you go to the airline to make a booking, you have a different price up here. Usually it is called full rate, and then there is an economic price or promotion price, and this price is coming from this reference price by discount. In the hotel case, we call it rack rate. We are not using rack rate anymore because rack rate used to be displayed behind the front office, but now we do not display anymore, but we are still using it as a reference rate. So when we launch super sale, we usually give 50% discount, 40% discount from the reference rate or rack rate. When we give industry rate, we give 30% discount from our reference rate or rack rate. When we give early bird rate, we give 10% discount, 20% discount from this reference rate or rack rate. When we have a critical promotion for restaurant, you have a card from restaurant, you get 50% discount, right? That is coming from 50% of refund rate. But if you go to certain hotel restaurant, which is very popular, you will see that nobody pay refund rate. Everybody pay 50% discount. But we still need this refund rate because 50% should be out of our refund rate. Who pay which price? So now we need to decide who pay how much for the same or different product we have. And there is a certain fund we are using. Remuneration has one risk to be seen as a manipulation, to be seen as an unfairness because of our service and product are the same. When we are selling deluxe room, our product is exactly the same every day to every customer. The problem is we sell with a different price. So when guests find out that they are paying higher price than the other guests or for exactly same hotel, we should be able to explain. If we cannot explain, we will create unsatisfaction, and then we will lose our guests and we lost our reputation. That is why we are using certain red fan. Red fan to define why you get this rate and why you got those rate. What is the difference? What is the barrier? We call it red fan, as we have many different red fan. First one is called physical red fan. Example like sea view, amenity, furniture, location, and so on. If we go to the Bali resort, they charge different price for the sea view. They put different amenity for the executive suite room. If you go to the executive suite room, you have expensive amenity with luxury furniture. Many resort hotels have a family room. Family room has different furniture such as double deck, bunk bed, and the price is also higher. For the location of the room, if you go to some resort, you pay much more because the room is on the ground floor. What good about it? Because ground floor you have direct access to the swimming pool, so you have to pay more. All of these are defining why you pay such price using physical red fan. Product line red fan. Product line means we line up the product like A, product B, C, D, E, and F. And we charge different price. Typical example of product line red fan is mobile phone. Every 3 months, every 6 months, we have a different version of same mobile phone. Example like iPhone 7, iPhone 8, iPhone 9, iPhone 10, iPhone 11, and now iPhone 12. And the function is very small different. It's almost the same, but the company is lining up the mobile phone. This is very simple product, but charging different price, saying different product line. Hotel room is the same. We are using different room type. Basically, some of the rooms are slightly bigger. Sometimes we have same size in different level of the floor with different amenity. We call it club room, executive suite room. We name it differently according to the line. Then we charge different price. This is also our red fan. Control the availability red fan. Another way to create a rate fan is control availability. So we want to give a special rate in order to maximize loyalty or production. So we have to limit only some particular client can have this rate. Only some particular client are accessible. So typical example is corporate rate. Client make a contract from now until next year. That client have this rate, which is only applicable to that client. So we are giving control availability to the certain client. For example, we have Starwood staff rate. So only you can get Starwood staff rate. Not even your family can get it, as only you can access to Starwood application. You may aware that if you make a booking through Starwood application, you get 10% discount. So it is limited access right to control the availability. In order to get 10% discount, you cannot make a booking on your desktop. You have to go to the application of Starwood to make a booking, then you will have a special rate. Buying characteristic rate fan. Some of us can make a booking only concentrate on the price. For example, when you go for your holiday, you already got approval from your HOD, your GM. In my case, as a GM, I need to get approval from my owner and Starwood head office. Once it's signed, I am always booking only the cheapest price, but in some circumstances, you cannot make a booking with a cheapest. You have also find the rate in is refundable because you have some chance to cancel. Especially business trip, most of the time change and you might cancel. So you are looking for some flexibility with your booking. So with a different buying behavior and characteristic, we have a fan to charge different price. Let's move on to the revenue management strategic rule. There are two strategic rules we need to remember. Strategic rule number 1: restriction do not create demand. There is some question. When we are almost 100%, we can increase the price or we can close the lowest room category. This is totally wrong. Almost full means you are 98%. Almost full means you are 99%. So your concern is when you still have 2 rooms left or 3 rooms left, you should find the way to sell this remaining room because it's perishable. If we cannot sell it today, we have no chance to sell it tomorrow. So why you need to close the room type? It's totally wrong. We have to make sure we open everything as long as this is giving us profit. Strategic rule 2: restriction do not increase client maximum budget. Of course, sometimes there is an exceptional, right? So when we say at a minimum price, we have this much. Otherwise, guests cannot book us. Sometimes it's work, and I am not saying it 100% true, but in usual case, our client will not change their budget because of our offer or because of our high occupancy. For example, I am trying to book some Bangkok hotel for the last week of the month because my family are coming. So I'm trying to stay 1 week in Bangkok. Now I already asked my secretary to contact all luxury hotel in Bangkok to find out what kind of rate they are going to give me. So we contacting Le Méridien, Sheraton, Raffles, Fairmont, Shangri-La, Hyatt, and for Grand Hyatt and Shangri-La, I will check their offer and I will decide how much I want to pay. But for Le Méridien and Sheraton, I am very sure if they do not give me staff rate, I will not book just because their occupancy high. If they tell me this time you need to pay 220 US dollar, they have zero chance for me to book them because I usually stay on staff rate. Why should I pay 220 US dollar? I will just book 4 seasons because 4 seasons I do not have staff rate. So if they cannot give me staff rate, I will go to another hotel. So there is some time you need to remember, client will not change their budget because of you. Thank you very much everyone for watching from the beginning to the end for the revenue management episode 2. Stay tuned for the episode 3.